girls?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. So yesterday we saw duality and simplex, right? If the primal has an optimal solution, so is the dual. And we saw the correspondence between the solutions also. Yes, now today we will see another example. Okay, where we can interpret the solution of primal from solution of dual. Okay, so write down the question. Show that the following LPP has an unbounded solution by using its dual problem. Okay, so from the given primal, you have to find its dual and solve the dual, and from dual, you interpret the solution of primal. Do you understand the question? All of you understand the question? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So today is the last topic of last day of LPP. Okay, that is we are finishing LPP, simplex, BGAM method, duality. The whole 3 chapters we have finished. As per the syllabus, we are finishing 3rd chapter today. Okay, so write the problem. Minimize z equal to 8x1 minus 2x2 minus 4x3, and please increase your speed of solving, girls. Okay, don't wait for me to solve the problem. You start solving it immediately. X1 minus 4x2 minus 2x3 is greater equal to x1 plus x2 minus 3x3 is greater equal minus 1 minus 3x1 minus x2 plus x3 is greater equal 1, x1, x2, x3 greater equal 0. Okay, so sometimes when the objective function is minimization type and all the constraints are greater equal, that is also one type of canonical form. Okay, yes, girls, standard form. Can you tell me quickly standard form? I'm asking you something. I need answers from you all. What is the standard form? Am I audible? So be quick, tell me the answer. Tell me the standard form quickly. Yes, first one minus S1 plus A1 is equal to
2 into 2.
is equal to 2
2
2
minus S2 plus
minus S2
A2.
plus A2 equals to minus 1.
minus 1 minus S3 plus A3
Minus S3 plus A3 equals to 1.
Okay. Uh, yeah, actually we don't want to solve primal, no? We want to solve dual, no? Right? We want to solve
Yes, ma'am.
dual, so we don't require the
Yes, ma'am.
standard form. We don't require the standard form. So we will first convert the primal into dual. Yeah, tell me the dual then. All your constraints are greater equal. Objective function is of minimization type. So directly you can find the dual. Okay. So what is dual? Maximize z naught is equal to 2y
2y1 minus y2 y3.
subject to collect all the coefficients of x1 y1 plus y2 minus 3y3 is less than or equal to 8. Yes, next.
Ma'am, if we are asked about the dual, we don't have to find the standard form of the primal.
No, we don't have to write the standard form of primal. No, not required. Yes. So now find standard form of this. Standard form maximize z naught equal to 2y1 minus y2 plus y3. Yes, can you tell me the first constraint?
Plus
Y1
S1
plus Y2
equals to
minus 3y3 plus S.
Hmm. Yes. Next, minus 4y1 plus y2 minus y3 plus s2 is equal to minus 2. Minus 2y1 minus 3y2 plus y3 minus s3 is equal to minus 4. Okay. So what is the IBFS now? set 6 minus 3 equal to 3 variables to 0. Namely, which variables you will set equal to 0?
X, Y1, Y2, Y3.
Y1, Y2, Y3.
Therefore, you get S1 is equal to 8, S2 is equal to minus 2, and S3 is equal to minus, S3 is equal to, sorry, this is plus S3. So actually your S2 and S3 are not positive, right? Do you observe this?
Yes, ma'am.
But still we have to continue with the table in this case, okay? They are slack and they don't affect your objective value. Your objective function value is going to be 0. Now what else is remaining? We forgot to introduce slack variables in the objective function. यहाँ पे लिखना चाहिए था +0s1 +0s2 +0s3, right? Are you getting it?
Ma'am, but it is not the non-degenerate IVF.
That's yeah, it's not non-degenerate because these answers are negative, na, Pashini. But we can continue with them as they are slack variables, okay? They will not affect your objective function's value. Your z is going to be 0 here. You just can specify that this IBFS is not non-degenerate. Getting it? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, let us prepare the table now. Two minus 1 1 0 0 0 S1 S2 S3 and the solutions are 8 minus 2 and minus 4.
-4.
Yeah. Then minus 2 minus 3 1 0 0 1. Yes, what are your ZJ values? All are 0, right?
0, ma'am.
Because your CB is 0. Now ZJ minus CJ minus 2 plus 1 minus 1
-1.
0 0 0. Okay, and Z value is 0. Now the ratio. Yes. So 8 upon which is your pivot column? Pivot column.
Y1.
Y1, -2.
Yes. So 8 upon 1 that is 8. Minus 2 upon minus 4 that is half. And minus 4 upon minus 2 that is 2. Let us see what happens. Otherwise, we will rectify somehow. Let us see if we consider this to be minimum ratio. Actually, the problem is this ratio is becoming positive because my solution is negative. Do you realize what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
These
ma'am.
numbers are negative. Usually we don't take them. These numbers are negative, and my pivot column entries are also negative. So many times what happens that pivot column entries are negative, but solutions we always try to get positive, right? And here, because the solutions are negative, my ratio is becoming positive. Otherwise, it would have become negative. So actually, we can neglect both these ratios, though they look uh, minimum as compared to the value 8. We can ignore them as the solutions of S2 and S3 are negative. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Please repeat.
See, because S2 का आंसर -2 है, नेगेटिव है. I'm not saying -2, I'm saying negative, and that's why this ratio is becoming positive, right? Similarly,
Yes, ma'am.
S3 is negative, and that's why this ratio is becoming positive. Otherwise, the ratio would have become negative, right? Both the ratios would have become negative.
Negative.
Yes. So same way, we will neglect these ratios, though they are smaller than the value 8. Though they are smaller than the value 8, we will ignore them because the solutions are negative. Do you understand this now? This is one more thing you need to understand and remember, that if the solutions are negative, corresponding ratios you have to neglect. Okay? So I am left with which choice now? I am left with which choice? This choice. Do you understand? So this is my pivot row. Are you getting me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And therefore, in the next table, I will replace S1 by Y1. Okay? So S1 I am replacing by Y1, S2 as it is, S3 as it is. This is 2. Now what is the pivot element? What is the pivot element?
One.
Replace it by the ratio, less
One, ma'am.
ratio.
Huh?
मैम जिसका वैल्यू सबसे कम होगा रेशियो टेबल में उससे रिप्लेस
पास
करते
नहीं,
हैं.
अभी मैंने क्या एक्सप्लेन किया? What
मैम
did
समझ नहीं आ रहा है.
I explained the same thing. These ratios are smaller. We consider the minimum ratio only. But we can neglect them as their corresponding values. The numerators are negative, that's why they have become positive. Okay? So do not take those ratios or those variables, do not replace those variables whose solutions are negative right now. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is the pivot element? 1.
One.
So there is no change in the first row. First row entirely will remain as it is because the pivot element is already 1. Now we have to reduce this 4 to 0, this minus 2 to 0. So what is the operation for R2? R2 के लिए क्या ऑपरेशन होगा? R2 plus 4R1.
R2 plus 4R1 and R3 will be R3 plus 2R1.
Yes. So let us do that. So minus 2, ये value है minus 2 plus 32. That will become 30 minus 4 plus 32, that will become, sorry, not, sorry. For third row it is different. Minus 2 plus 32 makes 30, then minus 4 plus 4 0, 1 plus 4 will become 5, minus 1 minus 12 will become minus 13. This is expected from you, girls. Okay, tell me R3 now. R3
Z
minus 4 plus 16. So that is 12. Then here it will be
0.
0. Minus
Minus 1.
3 plus 2 is minus 1. 1 minus
Minus 5.
6 is minus 5.
2.
2, 0,
0.
1.
1.
Now you calculate ZJs. It will be 2,
2.
2,
2. Minus
minus
6.
2,
2. 0. 0.
2 minus 2, 0. 2 minus minus 1 is 3. Minus 7.
Minus 7. 2. 0.
What is the value of Z? What is the value of Z? It is 16. Okay. Y1 is 8. So 2 into 8 is 16. Everybody is getting this? Now which column is the pivot column?
Y3.
Y3. So this is your pivot column, the most negative value, as objective function is to be maximized. Now we have handled such type of case where all the elements in the pivot column are negative. So what do we say in this case? What do we say in this case? Do you remember this was a special case in simplex? All the elements in the pivot column are negative. So what happens? The ratios become negative, right? Yes or no?
yes, ma'am.
And you cannot decide which ratio is minimum. All are negative. We consider ratio has no sign, right? So therefore this LPP has an, what do we say?
Unbounded solutions.
Yes, all the elements in the pivot column are negative. Therefore, dual LPP has an unbounded solution. So, as the column corresponding to Y3 is the pivot column and all entries are negative, value of Y3 can be increased indefinitely. Okay, this is the reason. Therefore, dual has an unbounded solution. And therefore, primal has an unbounded solution. Do you understand this? So yesterday we saw optimal solution, now we are seeing unbounded solution. If the dual has unbounded solution, so the primal has unbounded solution. Okay? Have you written it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we have had enough practice of solving LPP problems by LPP by simplex method, big M method. We have handled the variables. If you have any doubts, you can ask now. I want to show you one table. Let me just come out of this. Just a minute. Girls, you can ask your doubts. Do you have any doubts?
Ma'am, please can you send some questions?
What?
मॅम तुम्ही क्वेश्चन सेंड करता
कसले क्वेश्चन सेंड करू तुम्हाला? ठीक
आम्ही
आहे.
सॉल्व्ह करेल घरी.
Moodle वर आता व्हिडिओज पण टाकले नाहीयेत. व्हिडिओज पण
प्रॅक्टिस क्वेश्चन्स मॅम.
प्रॅक्टिस क्वेश्चन्स टाकते मी. Moodle वर टाकू का?
चालेल मॅम.
नाही तर ग्रुपवर टाकते मी. हा, ठीक आहे.
मॅम रेकॉर्डिंग्स पण.
हो, रेकॉर्डिंग मी Moodle वरती टाकते.